Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We are playing Green Cities. So in the last episode we built this brand new stadium precinct over here, and I've surrounded it with parking and parks and the kind of thing that you would typically see around a stadium like this. So I think that looks pretty good altogether. Let me just have a quick look. What I did do, I did add the park and so on, and I did add a little pedestrian crossing bridge that leads you from the train station all the way to the stadium around here. So in the case of an event, you would typically see that kind of thing. I cleaned up the park a little bit. I cleaned up this intersection a little bit to look a little bit more realistic. Typical kind of diamond interchange that you see here, half diamond at this point in time. Let me see, can you turn? Yeah, these guys can make their turn over there, so that works out pretty well. Okay, so that's it. So let's see about filling in some more of this area. And I would think what would work quite well here would be a bit of a kind of a bit of a residential area, maybe a little bit of office, something like that. So let's keep it kind of pretty by maybe say doing something like that and running it up to say here and then joining that in there. So what we'll do is we'll run this up that direction a little bit, so this is going to look fairly interesting, I would imagine. And what we'll do is we'll try and, so if we say let's run these like that, so they kind of come together to join up at some point. That's too far. Maybe it's not too far. Maybe it would be good to leave a little bit of a gap in between the buildings, so we can do a little something like that. I just effectively need to get rid of these of these power lines running through here. So what I'll do is I'm going to move them up over here, like so and like so, and then we can clear them from this area and start the infill over here. Ooh, now oh no, I think that over there should be fine. It should still kind of link up with everything. Okay, so first things first, the first layer I'm going to do a little bit of office. And I don't think I'm going to zone directly on this over here. So what I'll do is the first layer will be that one, and we'll do a second layer on that side right there. Can do a bit of a commercial strip over here, but now what I want to do is I want to actually add some of this some of this residential over here. So let's add actually no, let's just do a low density, no, take that out. So because we want to actually do a little bit of a walking way through there, a walkway through the back in between the buildings and so on. So that's filling in there. Let's see, get some water running in the area. Okay, up and up that way. We'll tie these through there. Yeah, good stuff. So that's starting to fill in, so that we'll see a little bit more traffic and things occurring on this side and this side of things. So what we'll need to do is I'm kind of thinking we need to plan out how we're going to run it on this side. So if I, for instance, do this, right? So we'll do something like that. We'll run this kind of parallel like so, and what we'll do is we'll run that this way up to a point where we can join these two. Ooh, so maybe a bit of a roundabout in this area right here. So if I turn on the topo, you'll see that we've got a little something happening here, a little bit of a ridge situation that we've got going on right over here. So let's see, what I'm kind of thinking we need to do is I'm going to run this one straight up here. So let's keep running that straight up there somewhere. What I'll do with this one is I'm going to run that say something something like this. Let's do that. And this one I'm gonna turn back a little bit. So here I want to do a bit of a roundabout right there. I think that's pretty good. So let's get a nice roundabout set up over there. We've got some pretty nice ones, but I don't want a major one. So this is the tiny roundabout, and this one is a super tiny roundabout. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. I want the tiny roundabout. But actually, yeah, some excuse me, wanted to go for a sneeze there. So I wanted to do maybe something like this, but let's so if I pop it in right there, yeah, this is not great because this is very small little. No, I think this is, yeah, this is the right kind of stuff if I upgrade that. But this will be a fairly slow moving roundabout. So anyway, let's do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this road, and what we'll do is we'll run it up to, say, something like that, and then what we'll do is we'll do like so, and then we'll just straight line that into there, and that's pretty good. This one, on the other hand, I'm kind of thinking we you know what could work here? We could actually feed this one off of there. It's not going to work well though. So what I'll do now, I'll actually pull this one just back just a tad, and then what we'll do is we will kink it in there, right? Will that kind of work? Yeah, that kind of does the trick. That kind of does the trick. It looks a little bit wonky over here, so let me try and straighten this up just a tad. But that's about it for that. It does look a little bit funny, but it's an interesting one nonetheless. So now the question over here is, what we'll do from this one, and I might fix that up a little bit in between episodes, but at the very least we'll need this to do. Ooh, do we have a double in here? We'll need this one to do kind of something like that. Okay, there we go. So now you've got access from the highway into the roundabout over here, and that's feeding into this brand new area that we've got going on over here. So that's pretty good, and it's a little bit of a feature over here with a little bit of a dip going on over there. So what I'm also going to do is, just for the sake of prettiness, I'm going to add a little bit of color to this road scheme that we've got running over here. Nice. So in future that might become quite busy, and we might have to fix that for some reason. But for now, I think that'll actually work. Yeah, I think that'll actually work. So that's good. We've got an extra connection running through there. Okay, so now I would want to run maybe a little bit of a commercial section straight up here. So grab me a piece of road. We'll shall we bend it out a little bit? Well, that's already problematic. If we make it straight and we run it like this, and now what I want to do is I'll run it up here like so, and what I'll do is I'll tie it into there. Right, there we go. So now we've got a little bit of a section over there that I can actually do a bit of commercial on. I think that's going to be pretty good. So let's grab this as a section. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, that's fine. Let's just run that straight through like that, and straight through like so. It's pretty good. Let's get a little bit of lower density in these little corner blocks over here. That works pretty well. I can also step it up a little bit over here. That's pretty good stuff. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Do a little bit over there. Actually, no, hang on. This section over here is actually where I'm going to put in a little bit of this kind of stuff. So give me a bit of a classic high school. Where's our closest high school from here? It's quite a distance, so we can actually do with a kind of a classic high school or something to squeeze in right over here. Let's switch that off to make sure that if something doesn't fit, we get it right. Yeah, so that's not quite right. So what I'll do is I'll squeeze it in there. Right, so now I've got a high school in there. Grab me a bit of a primary school. That's a community school. That's like a small primary school. Let's pop that in there. Right, so we've got some schools up here. Let's see how are we doing on medical centers and the like. So we've got a medical center all the way over there. So maybe we'll squeeze in something right there. We definitely need a ton of these guys, so let's at least pop in 2 of them in this area. That would be good. Now let's get something like this up and running. Yeah, right there, and maybe a little bit of police. A little bit of a police station somewhere like over here. We're fairly good with police over here, but we could actually run something close to that. I think this is probably good. Let's keep them all nice and close together. Excellent. Now let's see about squeezing in some more housing right there and right there. No, let's keep one line open there. Here we go. Nice. I like the new stadium precinct area with its housing areas. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing. How can we fill in the rest of this? I want to do, if we, for instance, say, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Let's run something in here. Yeah, like so. Yeah, even as a little bit of a dead end kind of setup, that's pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually divert the power in here. Everything should still then be linked up. Actually, do we jump across? Yeah, we do jump across over there. So now, let me get rid of these so we can keep filling in. And I'm kind of thinking maybe a bit of a park or something. Well, we've got the stadium, but maybe some other kind of park right over here. What else do we have that's interesting? What is that? A modular park. I don't think this quite works that well. Don't want any more stadiums and the likes. Just some kind of a park or something like this. 3x3 fall park. Might be a little small, to be honest. A dog park. Let's just do a dog park over here. Right there. It's going to be a good spot for the dog park. Nice, nice, nice. Everybody likes that. We have got, we need a little bit of commercial in this section right over here. Do that and that. Fill that in a little bit. Is there anything else? Ooh, you know what we need in this area? Is we need a little bit of recycling center. How much does this one do? This one does a bit of pollution, that which this one does not. Noise pollution. And this one does 10 noise but gives actual pollution. So now let's just get this one with a bit of noise pollution. Maybe along along this section over there would be a not too bad spot for it to go in there. Yeah, it makes a little bit of sense right up along the highway over here. Good stuff. We can actually plan this out in some very nice in a very nice fashion. Excellent. So now we can start looking at how we actually squeeze in the rest of things. So we obviously have a little bit of a shape over there, so I'm kind of thinking that shape can start happening, and even this shape can start happening. That could be quite interesting. So let me grab the big roads again, the 4x1. Give me my straight line. Ooh, I need snapping. Snapping? You should be snapping. Why are you not snapping? There we go, snapping. So let's just straight line that up there. That's okay. Oops, we need some water. Let's extend that up there, and like so, and probably need a little stretch in here. So now that area is filled out with water. Yeah, you know what, this area would be very good for continued housing, actually, higher density housing. Like so. We might add a little bit of a shopping at the edge there, because what we'll do is we'll actually get a bit of the walkways up and running over here, and we'll no, not that one. Let's get the snapping switched off, and we'll do that. On this side we'll do that one. So yeah, so that kind of feeds you into that area a little bit better. A lot going on. Nice, but everybody is enjoying the area coming in here. Are we getting some traffic turning in that direction? Not quite yet. Yeah, this all works fairly well. I like it. Ooh, what's going on? Lost control. Yeah, so all of that looks very good. I like our new area right over here. It's not super high density like across the road, but it might get to super high density at some point. Excellent. And this could get pretty busy itself. So let's see. So if we start saying we'll do some blocks, we probably, right, if we go this one, and if I continue that, snap it please, if I continue that straight in this direction, at some point I'm kind of thinking we need to run a bit of a parallel on that one, which could ultimately lead into an interchange over here. Yes, I did want to do a bit of an interchange over here. So that could actually lead into an interchange. So let's do a big kind of road, right there. Give me this one. Okay, so let's do that. That's our big road. Now, can we if we do say something like that, is that awful, or? I think that works. I think that works. We however just need to flip this one around so that we got that. We need to flip that one around too. Excellent. So that works quite well. So we're getting that movement there, and now I want to kind of run it in here. So let me, where are we going to do this? Actually, we need this to feed into the interchange, and then it can split out of there. Okay, so we'll leave that as is for now. We might just straight line that a little bit more. I'm kind of thinking if I go to this instead, will it still do that? It does still do that. Anyway, it does still do that, so I don't think that's going to necessarily work for us, but anyway, that's fine. Let's leave that be. Is that thing sagging? Looks like a bit of a sag going on over there. Let me pump it up just a little. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm not going to mess around with that too much more. So that's a crossing that we've got over there. This area will be a little bit isolated, I believe. We're going to have some access from this side. We might even connect it up here somewhere. It could have gone in there, maybe. Interesting. That's something that we didn't really think about, but we could think about it. Okay, so now what I want to do in typical transport planning fashion, I want to let me say do something like that. So at this point in time we will be doing this and that to get a road off of our arterial. So let's get this one up to around there. I think that works pretty well. So that's about 7 and that's about 9 though. So let's okay, so now that's about 6. So crazy. Okay, so now let's I want something like that. Yeah, 7 and 7. Nice. So this is going to be perfect. So now what we do is we'll pop that in there. We'll get a nice section like that. At the intersection we'll turn and we'll go in this direction. And now actually we could do okay, so what I'm interested in is I want to get something that feeds in from here. So if I say align that like so, and if we do a similar thing right over here and we tie those two together, that should be a nice kind of little curve that we do over there. What I'm wondering about is if we run something in the middle of this. Oh, actually that's not great, is it? It's too much. Well, it's not the end of the world really. We can actually run this. We can run, so let's say we run that and we tie this one in like so and like so. That's a little bit close, but we'll tie that one in like that, and then what we do is we run it right in the middle over here. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit, it's going to have a little bit more gap here there. Okay, so now, yeah, that's not working. So that's a little bit close actually. So let's bring that back a little bit, bring it in forward a little like so. Now let's see how does that work. Yeah, I think that'll work much better. There we go. So that does the trick over there. Actually what we'll do is we'll feed it in on this side. That sounds like the correct way of doing it. So something like that should work quite well. We'll feed it in there and we'll link that one up there and up there. There you go. How's that for an interesting little shape? This can allow us to, well, that's maybe not the greatest because of the topography. This can be a kind of a park area. We can see what we'll do over there. So that's a bit of a layout that we've done. There we go. That's pretty good. That's a good, nice little layout that we started in this area, feeding this area with some nice, not big roads, but sizable roads between this section. Ooh, look at this. I've never actually had a look at this. So at the stuff that we've got going on here. So what are we saying? Come one, come all. How do we switch this thing on? Do we actually arrange for an event that's ticket prices or something like that? Do we have any way of arranging an event? I haven't played with the I haven't played with the event one that much. Do we have to do we arrange it somehow? Is there something we need to do? Do we get an event to get started? How do we do that? No advisors. I'm not sure. Can we... It's switched on. Next match is... Oh, so there isn't a match coming up? $30 or simoleons or whatever. Relocate the building. Subsidized youth. Come one, come all. What is this? Match security. Keeping crime low. And what is this one? Subsidized youth. Wow, that's significant. By spending money on training young players, the team has increased odds to win. Applies to all stadiums. Cost 9,000 per week. Multiplied by number of stadiums. I'm not going to do that one for now. So how do we arrange an event? Interesting. I would love to see toggle traffic routes view. So that's pedestrians, right? Don't know. Anyway, hopefully we'll get a match to come in. FC Barcelona. See if we get some big traffic to bulk up this area. What I wanted to do is I wanted to add some more of this over here. I wanted to expand our office environment in this immediate area over here. Maybe with a little bit of a commercial precinct right there. I maybe run that through there as a bit. What I'll do is I'll open that section up. Let's cancel that one and we'll open this one up so that we can actually walk through this way at such points if we need to. Nice, all of that's looking pretty good. Connecting between this side and that side is only occurring at a few places. We've got a little bit of action over here to get people to come in here. That's a bit of a stop environment there, but people can get back onto the highway fairly easily and quickly over here. That's quite good. Okay guys, I think I'm going to put a stop in this episode, and in the next one we will, I'm really looking into doing this interchange in the next one. So in the next episode, let's do this interchange and do the layouts around the interchange over here. Maybe start filling in some other areas, but typically I get to do less than what I plan to do. Do we have, oh my goodness, we've got a complete traffic standstill for some reason. Something's happened somewhere and routing is not working because everything is in one lane yet again. Okay, I'll have to have a look at that in between episodes. Okay guys, I'm ExactChaos. This has been Cities Skylines Green Cities, and we're playing with Green Cities, sorry. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.